Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Monday to you all. Hopefully, your week is off to a great start. Today is the day that we finally get to check out IVE's first official studio length album. Starship, after 3 singles, and might I add, 3 absolutely iconic singles from IVE, starting with 11, going into Love Dive, and then Afterlife, we have their first studio length album and the title track titled I Am. Of course, we're going to be checking out the rest of the album as well later on today, so keep your eyes peeled for that if you are interested. What is this going to be like? I had problems with Kitsch. It was not my favorite song they've ever done. I had some concerns about Kitsch. I won't harp on them too much because I don't want to come across as like a negative Nancy here. But Kitsch for me left a lot to be desired. But it was a pre-release. This is the full title track now. And I have no idea what this is going to sound like, but I'm still very much excited for it, regardless of the fact that about how I felt about Kitsch back when it dropped. So, here we go. IVE's I Am. They're doing promotion stuff for this right now. In fact, IVE were on Amazing Saturday this week. I still need to watch that. Or, I guess technically it was last Saturday, or 3 days ago, 2 days ago. Time isn't real. You get my point. IVE were on Amazing Saturday. It is one of my favorite shows on Korean TV, and I'm very much looking forward to watching it in my free time. But we have music to check out today. We've got I Am, the title track, and its MV, and we've got the IVE's IVE album, which is Starship, who was responsible for the naming of that album, like, brada. Anyways, that's besides the point. We're gonna jump right into it. Here we go! Oh! It's definitely got that, like, confident, like, strutting type vibe to it. Also, peep the high notes from everyone across the board. Holy high notes. Oh no, oh no, it's my bias line, isn't it? Oh! It wasn't just a full rap verse, get your moment. Oh. Any concerns I have from Kitsch, all gone. This is spectacular. I'm loving the amount of high notes we're getting from this. Also, this pre-chorus is so important and so well written. We'll talk about it later, but... I like this, it's almost anthemic. Oh, this song is so well written. It's got the perfect composition choices they made for this. Oh my god. Far away. Yeah, the high notes are nuts. Is who I am. That song is so high. Oh my god. Oops. Hold on. Actually, I wanted to go back to that, but oh, whoa, whoa. This took me on a journey. At first, when it started, I'm like, okay, do we kind of have like a slower, more refined version of Afterlife on our hands? But holy smokes, I had so much fun with that. Like, I legitimately want to listen to this again and just like kind of break down every little moment. Shoot, you know what? Let's send it. Let's send it again. There's so much I want to talk about this song. I love that this song starts with One Young Inner low tones because of the fact that it really like kind of sets you up to feel the full force of the high notes later throughout the song, because the song starts pretty tame, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, the vocals, like the vocal register that you're listening, has slowly started to climb up through the song, and all of a sudden you're left to just bear witness to the glorious high notes. And I think that is such a cool setup. And also, Wonny low tones? Kinda special. Also, Pink Ray, iconic. That verse. Something about the way in the composition that, like, on a song like this, where it's kind of got that, like, more mature tone, kind of, especially, like, visually speaking, that kind of, like, penthouse party aesthetic. It's a song that, honestly, I feel like shouldn't come across as such, like, a major key type song. Like, I feel like on a song where it is like kind of like glitz and glamour type of aesthetic to it, I feel like this song should have been a song that was written in a minor key, or just like a peppier minor key. But I'm so glad that it's written in a major key because it's so bright and it completely catches you off guard. And I love the melody in that verse. I almost said chorus. We're not even at the chorus yet. Pre-chorus though. Okay, One A skydiving, we'll get to you in a second, but the way this pre-chorus builds and the way it starts with Yiso's like high voice, they cut the song and its energy so low that, again, it's one of those composition choices where it makes you take the brunt of the force of the drop. And they didn't tease us with like a little anti-drop. They gave us a full-on chorus drop, and the fact that they started that pre-chorus build from such a small point with just Yiso's gentle voice and really minimal, almost like muffled instrumental part, and they slowly and gradually built it up until the chorus drop, is such a smart composition idea. Because it gets the listener's attention into, oh, something is about to happen, and they draw out that anticipation, and once the drop happens, it's like the perfect release of built-up energy, and it's so well executed. Cue the riser. Yeah, One is skydiving. From the teasers, it's been like a big meme, but I understand now. Call it a song, babe. Stop being a problem for me, man. this was a cool choice, having a breakdown within a breakdown, because typically in a pop song, once a rap verse comes in, the beat switches a little bit to better accommodate the rapping verse. It's just kind of like a go-to rule. But they kept this driving beat for the rapping verse, and they decided to use the breakdown for a vocal part. And then we're back into this pre-chorus, and I don't know if we had it the first time, but that noticeable like little, I call it an inverted riser, mainly because I don't know what the actual word is for it. It's essentially, it's the reverse of a riser. So you have the flourish, and then you hear the fade out. And with the riser, you hear the slow build, and then it ends with the final flourish. But the way it just, whoop, again, it's a natural way to draw back the energy, only to build it up for this chorus. And it's just. Honestly, Yiso and Liz on a bridge is a choice, and I really like it. It fits. It's like you're starting with a little bit of a softer voice, and then you build it up, and like you have the vocal build coincide with the instrumental build as well. And I like that this post-chorus, kind of like bridge section, doesn't stray from the rest of the song. On this high notes, high notes, high notes, high notes. So I'm trying to think of like other IVE songs that's been out there. Has there ever been a song where members have had this much vocal freedom before? I don't think so. I like that. It's like their vocals have been unleashed properly. Musical silence, so key. Draw out that drop a little bit. Big stage, that is who I am. Yeah. Look, I know there's definitely a hint of recency bias that goes into this, but for me, this genuinely might be in contention for my favorite IVE title. Like, admittedly, they've only had 3 before this. But for me, Love Dive has just had this grasp over me. Like, I loved Afterlife. I think it was really clever what they did with the Gloria Gaynor sample. And they kind of went with a different type of, like, dance vibe, right? That retro kind of, like, disco type vibe. And then 11 was kind of like an iconic debut. It put IVE were already on the map before then, but 11 really just blew up, for lack of a better word. But for me, Love Dive was that bitch for me. Also helps that I heard it live, and oh my god, that song hits so hard live. But even though this is like the first time I've listened to this ever in my life, and I've listened to Love Dive hundreds of times at this point, but holy crap, is I Am really good. Like, I said it through the first watch-through of it, but any concerns I had about this release following the pre-release at MV for Kitsch is completely gone. Like, I am so happy with I Am. I don't really have any critiques about it other than Yeah, I genuinely don't have any critiques about it. One Young Skydiving still is an interesting choice, and I can understand why it got memed a little bit. But as for the song itself, I have absolutely no qualms about it whatsoever. That is a song I will be binge listening to in my free time. Guaranteed. Which makes me even more excited about the rest of this album because there are a lot of songs to check out on this album. So if you're interested in that, just keep your eyes peeled because that'll be coming out. Well, if you're watching this as soon as it drops, it'll probably be out by now. But yeah, that's it for me today. I'm tremendously pleased with that. Hopefully you all enjoyed watching. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy and want to see more channel icon, it's up there. You can find the back catalog of stuff watched in the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to watch another video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time, bye-bye.